Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Scotty boy.
Vladdy Daddy.
All right. Well, hold on. One more check.
Scotty boy.
That too. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back. You know what? Screw it. I kind of just feel like I'm going to be in that mood today. Why not? Hold on. Let's do it. Why not? Sorry. It's not really my show, but, you know, we got the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about challenging individuals, difficult people, and medical innovations? Medical engineering? What is this nonsense going to be about? I feel like these are two fascinating worlds that have nothing to do with each other. Let's be honest. Difficult people? Medical engineering? Holy crap. So, from whatever these guys come up with their latest developments, all of their crazy technology, whatever innovative approaches we're going to argue about, I'm sorry ahead of time. And we'll all be doing it while we're talking about mental health issues and behavioral nonsense and difficult people. Difficult people. Like, you mean difficult people who just sit back, grab a headset, and join us and just sit there and just talk? Difficult people. Somebody sees what I did there, right? Somebody caught the joke there.
Wow.
So, grab a seat, everybody.
You're going to need
everybody. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's the Vladdy Daddy and the Scott Warner. Yo. So let's start it right out. What do we even mean by this engineering nonsense?
Okay, so we have a medical engineering. I'm not sure what that means. Related with difficult people.
Are we talking?
Are we sewing someone's mouth shut? Are we like putting them in implant device?
That's why I worded it the way.
Like it's the futuristic version of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Ooh. Okay, you guys seen that movie where they're like, you know what? I don't like how you're acting. I don't like what you're saying. You need to get into surgery. So we're gonna cut out a little piece of your brain, and then now you're just basically mind numb.
Oh.
And you're just like a zombie, and basically now we can control you. But But then there's influence of getting money from the state though, because now I got this guy who has. Well, I had to do. It's called a lobotomy. Take out a piece of brain out of him. Okay. And if you've seen that movie, it's actually a pretty decent movie. It's with Christopher Lloyd, the guy from Dennis the Menace and Back to the Future. Oh. But he plays the crazy guy in it. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of crazy people in it.
Hold on.
Imagine.
Are we having a lobotomy on a Vladimir?
Ooh. Well, to get rid of difficult people, that is one solution that they've done. And that was actually like a real
I see what he did there.
Very
You're a little
too
smart.
There.
They're a little too smart.
That's a 2 for 1.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I think it is kind of related. You know, medical engineering could go a lot of different ways, but I think in the topic of the difficult people, that was one way to do it.
Wow.
So, just another way to look at it, you take an ice cream scooper.
Okay.
Cut a little hole in someone's head with a medical device. Okay. So
wait. Hold on. Hold on. You hold. Whoa. Don't you be looking at my head while you're doing that shit.
Well,
no.
We can do yours with a small. Hey, we can do yours with a small. Get up here. Come on,
I'm
buddy.
a teaspoon.
Come on, buddy, right here.
Man, I want to be his little teaspoon.
Come on, I got this little
short and spout.
You'll be fine. We don't even need anesthetic. We just got to put a little bit of ice on your head. We keep your brain cool. Because we're not going to knock you out. You're going to be wide awake during the whole procedure. Okay?
No.
Maybe I'll put a little bit of local anesthetic. Just on your little skin right here. We might have to shave your head. You got a lot of hair there, buddy. You might have to have a beautician first.
She did. I just disappeared. I was like, nope. See, now I'm just hiding.
Well, next in line is Vlad as a great subject here.
So, when I think of difficult people, I think of a person that's very difficult to compromise with, to have a mutual understanding within a subject. So I've dealt with a lot of difficult people, and I'm going to give you guys 2 to 3 quick little like spiels on how to deal with a difficult person. One thing is observe, acknowledge, and then smack the shit. No, I'm joking. Observe,
whoa.
Man, we're trying to get Panda back. You're talking about slapping him around.
That's why we got the beacon on. Got the red alert beacon on. Got the red alert beacon on today. No.
Yeah, it might go off like a fire alarm.
Yes, so just understand where this individual is coming from and put yourself put yourself in their little shoes, and then comprehend what things you can do to alleviate, to reach that same wavelength of understanding, so you could just match the person you're speaking with. I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's like, I'm a difficult person. Okay, there's I'm gonna be honest. I'm a difficult person, but I'm a logical difficult person. I'm like, I'll be difficult, but like, I'll explain to you why. So, yeah.
So tell us why.
Tell us why. Why? Who hurt
Like,
you?
no,
Who
like
hurt
as an
you? Why are
example,
you
like
so
if
difficult?
someone
Who
had
hurt you?
something difficult with you, what would be like their approach then? Because like you said, you're a logical type of person, so that means there's like a counter to it, like an easier way to alleviate the difficultiness to get past the problem.
Yes. So you guys, in a sense, just reach a mutual understanding. Voice match. Big word, voice match. Voice match with the individual. Like, if they're mad, be like, okay, I could be mad too, buddy. Just like, the best way to look at it is to just match it up to where you both could reach that communication thing,
Well, now, would a better way, now hear me out, would a better way of dealing with this, and this is a 2-for-1, not only would I not have to deal with your nonsense, but what about implant technology?
Ooh, I'm gonna let you do this
Well,
first.
first I'm going to talk about what you're basically saying is reciprocation. So if someone comes in, and I've learned this from like some psychiatrists, stuff like that, like, it's like, normally you think of a typical psychiatrist, well, there could be several images, but I'm going to put this image in your head. You have a guy in a suit, he's very professional kind of looking guy. He's in a nice office. He's got like maybe even as a secretary before you come into his place, to his actual like room. There's like a nice couch right there, maybe a red or a blue couch or something like that. And like, he's kind of, you think, maybe soft spoken. But now if he comes in and starts yelling, what I mean is like his client or the guy he's trying to help, whatever. I talked to you last week and my week was crap, and the guy starts yelling or whatever. So the other guy, the professional, he needs to match that energy right off the bat. You know what? I know exactly what you're talking about, but sit down before you start saying that to me, or whatever. Like, you're going to match him. If he's yelling, you're yelling, basically. If he's being quiet, oh, yeah, man, I had a real bad day. Let me hear about it. Go ahead and sit down. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever hear me, I basically was whispering. Like, if the guy's coming to whispering, he can't really talk, he's shy or whatever, or that type of vibe in that moment, that's exactly... Okay, that's like an undead guy, but it's pretty good.
Is this what you're looking for?
Jesus. This is what I'm looking for.
I felt like, hi. Hey.
See, like, you want to listen to this kind of guy. He's like, okay, he's wearing a suit.
He's going to sound
close.
Okay.
But that's kind of where you're getting at reciprocation of the behaviors. Okay.
That's a good one.
So yeah, you definitely want to kind of match their behavior a bit. If they're folding your arms, you can fold your arms, or sit in a certain way. You can kind of like match that kind of stuff. And
match my energy. Come on, match my energy.
You don't want to go over the top.
Match my energy.
In unison.
Right?
Oh wait,
See, everybody's happy.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, they say a smile goes a long way. You know what I mean? Maybe start it off with a smile.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh.
And they're like, take that grin-eating smile off your face.
But now sometimes if you're
really
like,
now
that doesn't always work. That does
What's I'm
not
saying? It could have the
work.
opposite effect, so you gotta like.
That could just make me more mad. If I'm
like
trying to be serious and you're laughing at me and you're just making more fun and laughing even more, and I'm getting even more mad and more serious, and you keep, damn.
Well, that's when you gotta give them a big reason why you got a big smile on your face, and you're like. And they're like, you're talking about this, and you got a shit-eating grin on your face. You grin on that face, you know what I mean?
Kill them with kindness.
I learned this from this book. The guy was like closing this deal, and the guy was like, had to pay like $1,500 a month payments for this car or whatever. And he's like, I'm glad those aren't my payments. And he gave the guy the paper, and he's like, why do you got that smile on your face? And he's like, well, you know what? He had something clever to say right away, though. But he's like, you know what? I'm just happy that's you and not me, because I can't afford those payments.
Oh.
And then the guy like took it a different way. He's like, oh, okay. And then the guy ended up closing the deal. But it's just like stuff like that. Salespeople always dealing with like interactions, and like in that they're dealing with difficult people every day. So one way to get good at dealing with difficult people is getting some kind of sales job where it's like, I need to pay my bills, so I got to get this guy to buy this product. Like literally, if you're down to commission only, like you know what I mean. Or if you're barely living bare bones, you're like, I'm tired of just eating top ramen every day. I gotta learn how to close this deal. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be happy in their job. They might pay you a little bit, but the main job, you got to be selling product.
So are you saying that works the same way with like arguing?
Yeah, it's the same way. It's
Is it
either you're influencing them or they're influencing you. Either you're selling them on your idea or they're selling you.
But so at what point do you become like a psychopath where you're just so damn good at arguing, right? Because
you can use
the better you do it, I mean, the more you practice it, right? And so how much is too much on that?
It's depends on where your heart is at, because you can manipulate it for somebody to do good, okay? Like, you're about to jump off a cliff. I don't want you to. Let me help. Let me manipulate you. Oh, no, come on. I mean, whatever method that is, there's so many, like, you can't really say. It's literally like painting a picture. There's a bunch of different ways, supposedly. But, you know, you're trying to, it's like, okay, it's like this. Hey,
do you want to paint us a picture?
Okay, here, I'll paint you a picture. Okay. Let's say, I'm telling you, I got this great sushi joint I want to go. Do you want to get some sushi? And you're like, I don't like sushi. And then you know what I'll say? I didn't either. Follow me.
Follow me, now we
I'm
do.
not taking no for an answer. We're about to get some sushi.
That's smart.
You know what I mean? Come follow me. You know, it's like, I don't like fish. Follow me. I didn't either. Follow me. So I'm relating to him. I didn't either. But check this out. You got to check this out, though.
That's amazing.
How cool is this one?
And then you're like, no. I want to see it on the phone. No. It's something I have to show you. Wow. Like, you can't, there's no backing out. I'm going to show you in person. Let's go. Right? So that's not one way to do it. So, yeah, that's how you do the... basically, it comes down to either I'm selling you on that idea to go get sushi, or you're going to sell me on the idea of not going. So I could compromise. So what I just told you is a non-compromising situation, but it's like you're going to believe me that I'm going to take you somewhere that you're going to, and I'm going to get you something you're going to enjoy, right? It might not even be sushi. You could be like, oh, they have a lobster tail, but you know what I mean? Just whatever. It could even not even be sushi if you're like, you really hate it. Or we could compromise, and like say now you're trying to sell me on the other end, or you're telling me to go get sushi. I'm like, you know what? I've been kind of craving these burritos right now. That's right down the street. You know what I mean? And they're like $9. Or whatever. Like, whatever my sales pitch is, if it worked, and you're like, okay, I can go for that. So now I convinced you to agree with me as the opposite person.
Oh.
You know? So it's either you're selling or you're being sold in any given moment, actually. That's pretty actually profound information right there. Either you're selling them on their idea or they're selling your own idea. And yeah, you could have both the same idea. And it's like...
Are we buying what he's selling then? So
yeah.
Right now, so he's saying right now he's selling us on this idea. Are we buying this shit, or what is our rebuttal? Are we actually buying this bullshit? I mean, he's selling it right now in front of us, man. He's literally selling it right now. Are we all buying? I mean, I suppose.
Try it out.
There you go.
Or
it doesn't sound. Yeah.
Does somebody just have to be the better salesman, like right now, where I'm like, wait, hold on, Vlad, we don't need to buy into this shit. We don't need. But then, am I just? But then, wait. But then, am I just proving this guy's damn point?
Yes.
Sure.
Exactly right. Well, yeah, because like you could. It's because it goes with everything. You can word it how I'm saying it. You can even deliver the message differently. You know, like you don't have to like me, but it's just the message. You know what I mean? You don't have. It's like you don't have to like Mike. You know, who's doing some service for you, but as long as you get the service done, the job done, I don't have to like you, but don't be a total, you know, if he's a total douchebag, or you're not, that's, if you want to get
don't
next
worry,
level,
we're not talking about you, Vinny, we love you. Fuck you though, Mike.
Yeah, Mike is just some, Mike some
don't worry, we love you, Vinny. Yeah, fuck you, Mike.
Mike rhymes with like, so that's why we're using Mike. Man. Okay, you don't have to
Mike.
like
we have life.
I like that answer. I'm not gonna lie. That's Scott got a good answer there. Okay, mine sucked. Okay, I can't.
All right, well, let's give you a redo.
Well, you're selling us that you sucked.
Let's give you a redo. Same thought, but this time I mean it. Now keep the same idea, but with implant technology, and just like a microwave. Say I could change my implant technology to a tolerance level of like 1 to 10. So, like, getting high of tolerating you to the point where I can naturally just flip on a switch and be like, I have a tolerance of 10 today in my implant chip. Or today I have a tolerance of 1 and you're getting all of my bullshit.
Yeah. Honestly, like, let's think about it logically. Like, having a tattoo, for example, that administers the body with the right chemicals for your brain to function properly, to not be depressed or to be happy, that nice... release of dopamine. If there was like a way, and I want Scott's scientific opinion on this, because having a tattoo implant is something that I feel is going to happen within 30 to 40 years. And
do you think it's going to take that long?
I mean, listen, difficult people. Not a lot of people want a tattoo that has a solar panel charging that little administer in your body, you know? Like,
okay, but admit it. Are you looking forward to this? Is this
Oh,
something
yeah.
that like you can't wait for?
oh yeah, I'm already thinking about numerous designs. I'm thinking about like the type of material necessary that won't affect the skin or the human body. So I'm doing a lot of research just to solidify that idealism that we could have a whole body on the outskirts of it, like just circuitry, you know, just like a liquid that won't harm or like attack the white blood cells, but like a metallic tattoo line going from the little battery solar panel to like the insulin administer, like people that experience diabetes, you know, there would be a machine like attached to your arm connected to a solar panel through a metallic tattoo that is connected between both entities. So that's something I'm looking forward to because there's so much medical aspects when it comes to that sort of thing, you know. And like Scott, you know, he works in that field, and I'm just very curious. How would you like? What would be your scientific thought of having tattoos, like in your like scientific medical, like I just
Okay,
wanna
so
know.
this is the first time I heard about this, but like I've kind of heard the concept before. But all the stuff that I just heard right now, basically what I would say is it's a type of nanotechnology. Okay, so nanotechnology, nano meaning the word like it's 1/billionth, like a nanometer is 1/billionth of a meter, nano inch 1/billionth of an inch. So we're talking very extremely small technology here. Okay, and I feel like that's kind of what it is. I don't even know if it necessarily needs to be a physical tattoo to something like you could visually see. But okay, I don't know what applications you're talking about being able to do, but let me even before it even matters what it is, it's basically okay. Where you're implanting it is going to matter too, though, because if you're putting this material in you, is it cutaneous, meaning in the skin, or is it subcutaneous, below the skin? So you're going to have different problems where you interject this product inside of you. Ooh. Okay, so like if you're using some type of metal or something, like is this metal going to harm you? Is it going to deteriorate inside you? Is it going to last for, you know, is it going to last 100 years? Can you take it out easily? And then I don't like what are the negative effects of it? You know what I mean? Is it like if you're like radiation, like are you giving out radiation, some kind of electromagnetic energy?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay,
That's
if
a
you're
good
giving out
one.
some magnetic energy and you're with something else, you get some interference because we already have like 5G and 4G waves
Wow.
and stuff like that. So
Okay, that.
and then
blew
you
my
need
mind.
and then this is you need tissue regeneration.
Tissue regeneration.
Tissue
I think we already
regeneration
have
because
that.
you'd want that technology too, so when you're cutting in something you're going to like heal that out, you know, like because if you're boring it, you're putting something foreign in there and you don't want it to get attacked, so that's already a little scary because your body's designed like anything foreign. Now that's like embedding it in and using your own circuitry, because what if you had a super ultra light alloy material that went on the outside, so it's not embedded in you, it's on the outside of something. And maybe what if we got so efficient you don't need a big old solar panel, you could just have a little thing on your shoulder or behind the ear or something, like very small platform / footprint that can, you know, get the desired result, you know. Or what if it's like a hat that you put on and then like now it's connecting, like
Are you saying we could change by what hat we're wearing?
if you could
I
tap
could
into
literally
your
be a
own...
new me or personality. I could like move my
Okay, so
personality.
I'll go into what you were saying. Like now you're talking about like implantable stuff. Now it's like, hey, if we figured out a formula, a very advanced formula, which is like if we have a certain amount of serotonin, a certain amount of dopamine, a certain amount of all these chemicals going off at once or whatever, or at least being able to monitor those levels. Like I'm talking about hormonal levels, which is like, I mean, I'm just saying it could be in the realm of possibility, but then you could control how someone's thinking. And actually, there was a product that was actually like out there, kind of related to Neuralink type of stuff, where it's like they had a guy in a room, and they're like, okay, we got this monitor in front of you. I want you to take this test. And then the guy was like taking this test, and like it was like a basic test, like okay, you have like imagine a plus sign. It's like okay, you got the top left corner, top right corner, bottom left corner, bottom right corner. It's like okay, oh, I clicked there, I clicked there. So it's like something basic like that. But then like the guy did like 30 times, like 30 things, 30 decisions. Like okay, click here if you're doing this, click here that. Like they'd ask him questions, and then there's actually a guy. And then like after they did like, did you make all the decisions yourself? And I guess I did. He's like, actually no, you didn't, because we had a guy in the back with like this, you know, on the computer, and you were like his puppeteer. He was a puppet master, and he was like making you go left and right, but you thought the impulses were
I don't gotta
you.
take that.
Damn.
Don't you be calling me
You
that.
thought the impulses were you, but you're just an impulsive liar.
Oh,
Not just kidding.
whoa.
No, but like the guy was being controlled, literally, and he thought he was making those decisions, and that's what's kind of scary. So you think you're right, you know? And that's kind of like a form of mental illness, too. You think you're right, and like you're totally like, no, you're like, what reality are you in? Like, that's not the reality that most of us live in. And then it's like, people are right in their own minds, you know, and sometimes you just can't change that because whatever happened, you know, whether it's a mental thing they're born with or something that was ingested in them that like changed a neurological structure in them, and how their body reacts to different materials, or like, you know, once you start taking certain medication or drugs, you have receptors for it, but it get overabundant in receptors now because now it's like wanting it more and more and more, and it's kind of like it could lead to a disease, you know, like that's what tolerance comes from. You know, you're getting like more receptors of this disease, and it's like, and now it's like, and it's taking more of a toll on it because it's like the synapses are going off like crazy now, so you're like you're putting in higher voltage than you should be, maybe, you know, or it's something it's not used to, it's not accustomed to, and like maybe there's a way to like gradually make you smarter, maybe like add a little, you know, you want to add neurons in there, but you definitely don't want to be causing damage. And
are we talking about like Adderall?
Yeah, well, yeah, anything
like Adderall smarter?
Yeah, it could be like that, or just something that fires neurons more. You want to grow neurons because neurons is basically the connections. Like you want a spider web of material of information, so there's like a less path. So I know someone that got hurt in a brain injury, and basically what happened is that when she thinks her brain, she's like imagining like her brain has to go the different route because like it got damaged right here. So it's like she's getting to the information. She has information. It's just not as easily accessible now that it used to be. You know, so you want those neural pathways, you know, free of debris material. You want it to be like a smooth conduction system, you know, because it's like a chemical, but it's also electrical too. But it's like, I don't know if it's more or one of the less. Like the brain's like super complex, and they're barely discovering it like in the last 10, 20 years, like some of this stuff.
Wow. I mean, there's a lot to tap in there on that.
Yeah. So like basically like if you're writing stuff about neurology right now, you could like tell how new a subject is by just based on like all the new people trying to write about it, and it's like there's not that much, I think, or something like that, or there's a lot. I can't remember. I think if there's a lot, don't quote me on this, but like if there's a lot of new information coming out, that means like we're barely like trying to learn about it because there's just so much information coming out right now because people are trying to study it and stuff, and it's expensive. Like just a brain test is like $7,000 just to do a scan. Like that's why a lot of kids sadly go undiagnosed. Like
Jesus.
Like there's a story real quick, and then I'll, you know, this one kid was like, he's like 10 years
wait,
old.
wait, hold on, you can do a story time?
Yeah, this is a quick story. Story time. From around the world, we have the story
I can't help myself.
of the kid
Yo, thank you
who
for
was
that earlier.
slapping.
Story time.
Story time. All right, so this kid's growing up, and let's say 7, 8 years old, and it's like he's been going through a lot of problems though. But I'm kind of telling you the tail end of the problem because it's, you know, and he's sitting in class, and this is like the last straw, okay? Because he's a kid that he's getting in fights, he's not doing well in school, but it's like he's in public school, we're just passing him along, kind of thing. It's kind of sad, right? They're taking him to doctors, we don't know what's wrong with him. You know, he's just basically mentally retarded is what they're saying. You know, and then once one doctor said that, that means the next doctor, like, well, let me look at the report from the last doctor. Oh, he's mentally retarded. Oh, okay, well, that explains it. Boom, boom. So nobody's, like, doing the initial, let me look at you like I've never seen you before. I'm not looking at the notes. That's why sometimes, like, in my field, I don't want to see the notes sometimes. I don't want to be biased or based on, I don't want to have that idea. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, though.
Based.
You know? Yeah. So
there you go.
this kid, like, getting run around all these doctors and this and that, and then finally one doctor's like, okay, so, like, the kid would just go like that and just hit the kid in front of him in school, like, involuntarily. But they're not knowing it's involuntarily. They think he's just being a troublemaker. Okay? So this one doctor says, well, let me see his brain scan. And they're like, oh, we never had a brain scan. Oh, never had a brain scan. Okay, let's go scan his brain. Scan his brain. Sure enough, there's a freaking tumor in his brain the size of a golf ball. So they're like, guess where it's pushing on? Now, I don't know exactly, but like, because you have different parts of the brain, but push on the part of the brain that controls the motor neurons, you know, your movement. Wow. So he's getting these involved, like the back of the brain, it's occipital area, that's like with vision. Yeah, and then like, I don't want to go in all of them because I don't want to say anything wrong, but that I know for a fact. Now, occipital is like the back of the brain, right? And then you have the auditory areas, and you have the, like I said, the motor neuron area. Okay, so basically it was being pushed on that area. So what they did, they go in surgery. It's actually a nice surgery. They go in with a screw, kind of like a screwdriver, like, or a drill. Okay, they drill out a little bore. They have to drill the skull. Okay, take out a piece of skull, and then they go, and then like at this point they've already done scans. They know exactly where it is. Okay, we're like 3 centimeters deep at this occipital region or whatever. And then they're going with a needle. And they could draw it out, like pull the whole thing through the tumor through a needle, like stuff like that. So that's what they did. They did that. They took the whole thing down. They found it out. They took all the material out. Next thing you know, the kid's like a normal kid now. All of a sudden, wow. Now he's learning in school because, you know, that was affecting him from like bing, bing, bing. Like it's not like he wasn't learning, but everyone thought he was stupid. Like, and now so that's influencing his behavior socially, right? You don't want to hang around the kid that hits everybody, or do you? Like, you know what I mean? But the thing is, he's going to be ostracized. You know what I mean? He's going to be like put like the outcast. He's like the outcast. So like didn't really have friends back then. Ostracized. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, so the kids luckily caught him early enough, and his total life turned around and became a normal kid. You know, and let's just say he went on to have a success. You know what I'm saying? Have a good ending to it. Cause I can't remember what happened, but
they did surgery on a grape. So what would be like? I'm always
surgery
curious.
On a grape.
A
grape
with So this dabbles in the whole idea of medical engineering. Now, engineering, they're creating machinery and robots to automate a surgical procedure. Now, what would be your honest opinion? Like in the medical field, do you see that the robots and like these automated robots in general, would you fear that they will be taking the job of a doctor or any type of physician?
Well, I don't fear it. It could happen though. For the thing is, the critical thinking that a human has is unmatched right now. Okay.
Oh.
So, but the smaller tasks, like I need to flip this burger over 90 degrees. I need to let it sit there for 60 seconds at a temperature of 400 degrees. Like math basics like that, that's, you know, so like that, those types of tasks are going to, the most basic, simple tasks, not all of them, but some of them, that's where it's going to start, where those are going to get by robots and machines and stuff.
Huh.
And there's, you know, AI component in that. But to be like, but also like, is a robot gives you a hug? Something that basic as a hug? Something that gives you a hug? You know, something that gives you a hug. Like if I give you a hug, that's a human experience, but that's so basic level, right? A doctor could give you a hug. You know, a friend, a family. Like, is that going to be replaced by a robot? I don't think so. You know what I mean? I don't know, like, that basic of a human emotion, of a human experience can be replaced, right? Wow. But I think basic, like, tasks, like cooking a burger, you know, pouring water, I don't know.
Huh.
But well, this ties into what Vlad wanted to talk about earlier. I think great time to start talking about it. Vladimir wanted to talk about vaginas, but I mean, talk about it in this proper way of
medical
robots, medical, replacing a real person. And yeah, I do think there's something where science, right, where after you have intercourse, a real intercourse, then your body releases stuff. But what if you could trick the body to still feel it? Like your hands touch the fake robot and it feels like a real human. You do a real thing like a real human.
I will say now that love has been synthesized through social media, and it's within 5 to 10 years, it's going to make sense. There's going to be sex robots that are just put in this little pod thing, and it's like somebody like pays an online subscription and the pod opens up, clean, disinfected, and you get to do whatever you want with this robot. Now, there was a Futurama episode that emphasized on an idealism like this, and I feel as though that this might be like the major scientific breakthrough, but in a general sense, not in like a humanitarian way, because it's just diminishing the whole idealism of love, and it's just fabricating it into like just a silicone mold that has automated nodes and diodes that just do the movements, and you know, and that's what fears me, because we literally have the like it's scary. Like we have micro capacitors and micro diodes now that we're just like, wow, we could literally make a tiny super battery if we wanted to. And the thing is just, it's possible, but
so should that be our first worry as a male?
Yeah.
Is that then girls don't longer need us, and then they can even insert a baby without us and make sperm without us, and then what are we needed for at all?
Well, we need to build all the products for them. We need to build the roads and the infrastructure and the.
Are we not there yet already?
They do need us, and they'll come to realize that they do need us, and
not if we're all gone and they don't scientifically need us. They can reproduce. They only need us to reproduce.
If they can get robots to like build the buildings and build stuff like that, you know what I mean? They'd have to have a certain format that would work.
Infrastructure.
You know? But that's interesting. Yeah. But I want to say this though, Demolition Man.
Oh,
you guys seen? You know what I'm talking about? That movie, right? Yeah, Demolition Man. And it leads up to also the kids and the fear of the kids that are like, say they're born and they never have sex. It's all the electronic sex or whatever, or that type of. It's not real. They don't get the organic, so they don't know the difference. But like in Demolition Man, the guy knew because like they're trying to put this girl he's talking to, and he's like, oh, I'm about to get hot, and then he's like, oh yeah, she's like, put this thing on. It's like a little thing that you connect to here, and he's like, okay, and then it's like they're having like sex, right? And it's like, and he's like, he hated it. He's like. Wait, you don't do the real thing? Oh, well, you don't want to touch, you get diseases and this and that. He's like, no, I like the real thing. I'm old school, He's like, I'm not about to do that. But it's like, but she didn't know no better. You know what I mean? So it's like growing up, that could be the fear, is like the new generation not knowing. That's why it's our job to teach the young generation what we know and what's good. Try to like keep it going. Like you gotta like what's really good.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying for that?
Well, do you need religion for that? Can you do that without religion? Is religion required?
Vinny's eyes
you would
lit
have
up.
to
He's
have
like,
a social.
no.
It'd have to be like part of a social thing. Like an example would be like, hey, like in the 70s and whatever, like old times. And I know 70s not old, but it's like 50 years ago still, right? Half a century,
yeah,
or even older than that. Like I talked to guys from that era. They're like, I wouldn't leave my house without a sport coat on, which is kind of like a vest or a jacket or like a nice dress jacket. Like that was a social type of norm. And that's what I'm saying. If you have that type of influence, not just like a religious influence, but like influence like that, a social influence could go a long way. Like, hey, I don't go outside unless I do my hair right or I make up whatever. Like whatever, something. Like you're being not pressured, but like influenced to do that. And maybe for good reason too. The reason why you're not supposed to go out all stinky in public. Then you're like a bum. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like a bad thing. Like you don't want to be smelling in front of people because you're dealing with people, right? And like back to what you're saying about like, can love be replaced and manufactured? Let's just people can love objects. You know what I mean? I kind of disagree with that. I don't. I believe you shouldn't like idolize objects and stuff like that. But people can fall into that. I'm gonna call it a trap, but it's someone that is like for that is gonna have a different opinion. Maybe they're selling the product, right? If I'm selling the product, you want people to buy it, but you need to have the hepatic and tactile feel. That's what I was gonna say. Hepatic and tactile feel, because you when you're with somebody, you feel their heartbeat. You know what I mean? Like how much more real can it get? A robot, but can they fake the robot? It's like, can they do all these visual cues, or let's say all the senses, auditory clues? Does it sound right? Does it look right? Does it have eyes? Is it if all your perceptions can be fooled into thinking this entity is real when it's not even an entity, it's not a sentient being, right? And that's the scary part. So that's like kind of the fear part. Like, because is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is it gonna, like you're already saying, like everybody's on social media and stuff, like, so now we're not even having the normal, what we would call normal, but it's a new normal actually was what it is. So I'm because we're all on the phone, we're all part AI.
Organically
that's kind of
okay. Well, and I kind of warned Vlad that we would have this conversation and it would tie into this. What about the singularity? How long do you think that's going to take until we're all at the singularity process? So that's it.
What is singularity? What?
Okay, singularity.
What do you think that means to you, Vladimir?
Singularity.
Yeah.
Well,
by myself, single, ready to mingle.
Okay, I'll tell you like this. So you're going to a black hole.
Okay.
You're passing the event horizon. So it's like, now you're not coming back. The gravity's pulling you in.
Oh.
No matter what. Okay. Now you're getting sucked in. Eventually, you're gonna start orbiting this thing. Okay.
Jeez.
Just like, have you seen a black hole eat a star?
Yeah.
It eats the whole star. So you see like it's a stream, right, that gets around it.
I saw that
like,
in a cereal
so
box
you'll
once,
see a sun like this, and like the black hole could be here, and like you just see like the light going around it. Like, so the light's like getting funneled into this black hole. So the black hole is getting more mass, and its intensity, mass is so high, the light can't escape it. Damn. Right? So this is growing. Now so singularity is when now you're putting a body or something in there, and it's literally atom by atom, singularity, boom, boom, boom. Like everything is atom by atom. Like there's no width. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's literally
Cubes.
Yeah, smaller than cubes. It's what's the product that makes up cubes even.
Damn.
So that's to me what the singularity is.
Whoa.
Like on the reverse side, it's like, okay, is that the Big Bang?
Huh.
You know,
Ooh.
is that the Big Bang? Is orgasm a Big Bang? Is that like starting life again? You know
That
what I
is
mean?
genius. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So you reverse backwards, and it's like, how far can you go into that? And then it's all theory and all that kind of stuff because there's nothing proven.
Damn.
It's like what? But if I could convince you with 100 pieces of paper, it's like, you know what? It's a good argument, right? I'm not saying it's true, it's not true or not, but you know,
It was definitely fitting for this.
it's when we look at the microwaves and gamma rays, and we're able to look at the telescopes, and we're trying to reverse engineer what we're seeing, reverse the process, because we know it's the physics here on Earth, but then we're like, well, is quantum physics the same thing? Because that's when we're at the super, super, super tiny level, right? Are the physics the same? They're not, they don't think, because they've seen matter spontaneously from here and spontaneously go to here, and they can't, and every time they measure it, it gives them like, well, I had to use this tool to measure it. You know what I mean? Because like you can't use our own body's instruments to measure. We have to use something we created to be able to measure something. But we're seeing a particle from here and a particle here, bing, bing, instantly. But it's the same particle because we can't see it anymore. So we're like, is it the same particle that moved there, or did this one go in and out of existence through antimatter? And there's like a whole antimatter equation where you have positive and negative.
Damn.
Because like everything seems to be positive and negative. And like right now, the mass in the universe, we could only account for 6% of it. Meaning there's 94% of mass that we're like, we can't see it, we don't know where it's at, but we like know it's there though.
Okay, well now that
Wow.
that is
Wow.
a abstract concept in the sense on we can't even prove that there's not even more than one Big Bang. We're just talking about the one that we can graph out and chart now. So within that one Big Bang, and you're assuming that's the only one, which seeing how the universe has more than one of everything, what makes you think it stops at one Big Bang?
And the thing is, there's no level to the human mind. Meaning, if I tell you, hey man, there's 100, you're like, okay, why not 200? There's one Big Bang. Why not 1,000? Why not unlimited? Yeah,
exactly.
And then how many multi-universes?
If you tell me that this shit is unlimited, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, well, goddamn, man, there better be an unlimited amount of these just consistently just making themselves at an unlimited amount of warp speed.
Yeah. So one idea I learned in physics class is theory, similar. Not okay. So basically, it's like you have the universe expanding, right? So it's like you have the universe expanding, but eventually it's going to get so far that maybe the fabric will hold it into place, and then it's going to come back. It's called the rubber band theory. And then it's going to come back, and it's going to go like this, and it's like come to the Big Bang again, and then basically open up again, like.
Whoa.
So it's like it keeps on going forever. That's like one theory. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you're not there's nothing, it's not like multiple things are happening, but it's like, okay, that was one idea that some guy or a group of people had. It was like, okay, the rubber band theory, where it's like, okay, we're expanding, then the expansion's going to stop, but then it's going to reverse accelerate, implode. Now the whole, like just like a black hole now, or a star, because a star turns to a black hole. Right, we don't know the life cycle. It's the life cycle of a universe now. We have life cycle of cells, life cycle of this, life cycle of planets. Like of suns. We have the reason why we know about suns and stars is because we got like 200 billion in just our own galaxy. You know what I'm saying? So, or maybe it's 100 billion, billions. Okay, hundreds of billions, right? In just our own galaxy. So we're at and then there's like hundreds of billions possibly of galaxies.
Trillions, yeah.
So like it's just like it's crazy. Because actually, when you look at the telescopes, if like they're showing you a picture like this, you're really only seeing like a little tiny square, little pixel, because like they're zooming in so far out, but like that's only one pixel. Whoa. Like you're only seeing one like millionth of like the universe anyway, and then in that one little tiny square, it's like, oh yeah, we know there's like 100,000 galaxies just in that little square. So it's like it's in the trillions, you know. So that's some astronomical, fractional, fractional things where it's like, this just doesn't end. It just keeps getting smaller. It just keeps getting bigger.
And that's your metaphysics for the day.
Yeah, I learned today. Thank you, Scott. Hell yeah. Look at that, guys. We learned.
Hey, don't hit the panda, though.
Oh, I forgot the panda. Oh, my God.
Ow.
Oh, that looked like we both punched him.
Yeah, physics was a fun class. God. That was my funnest class, physics.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I'll just...
the sun.
Duck. Wow. All right, let's switch it up a little bit. Vladimir,
I'm just mind blown.
Vladimir, will you tell us something that we all could know in life that none of us know about, but you know about?
About life?
Anything you want.
Oh my god. Well,
Did we hurt him?
Out with it.
shout out to my friend Constantine, for being a great friend, and just.
Are you about to throw Constantine on the bus?
Yes, no, I'm not, because there's one. I have a best friend. That's one thing. That I don't know.
So you're grateful for your best friend. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's adorable. Did that make us all better?
I don't know.
I mean, we are the good buddies. Having good buddies is very important.
This is what I'm talking about. Dealing with difficult people.
Oh my god.
Right? Weren't we just talking about this when I was like, just sit back, grab a headset.
Why you?
Yeah, just sit back and let it happen.
And just grab a headset and join us as we explore. You just sit there. You difficult person.
Yes.
Multifaceted people. And multifaceted connective personalities. And I'm talking about actually different people. So now I'm like talking about dealing with a boss, let's say. Okay, not my boss. Hey, you're fine. You're great. You're the greatest boss ever. Okay. Now, let's say a past boss. That wasn't that great. Okay.
Okay.
Not my past boss. It's a story I heard. It's a friend of a friend. Okay. Dealing with a boss, you might have to deal with his second-hand man, or his second-hand woman, or his spouse, or so it's like you're dealing with multiple things to deal with the one difficult problem or difficult person, and it's difficult because you haven't solved it yet. It's just a problem. So you got to have, if it's a problem, that means what? There's a solution, or there could be a solution. So that's where you want to focus your attention on, is a solution. All right. So like sometimes you might have to like. This is where politics comes into play here, because it's like, okay, this person likes their number two so much that they're only gonna listen to their number two, but the guy that's number one is actually saying you're the number two, but you know that's not actually true because on behavior he's doing, but he's treating you like you're his number two, but it's really this other person has more influence on him.
Oh wow.
And you don't know why though, because there could be something beyond the work that you don't know.
But that's not fair. Okay, so I feel
Well, it's
like
not fair. It's
that's just how life works. So how many times have you seen it where that human being A loves the shit out of human being B, but at the end of the day, human being B loves the shit out of human being C, but C is totally hooked on D and is with the wrong person.
Oh, that's
and
a
so
cuckold.
even though C is getting the D, she's getting the C from the wrong D.
That's so hilarious. Yes, exactly. That
And
could
then
be
A
true.
and B are just left there not doing anything. Watching C fuck D.
Damn.
And it's never going to work. And you just have to watch on the side and let it crash and burn.
Damn.
Well, okay, just because, well, that's not even dealing with a difficult person necessarily, but you're seeing a difficult situation, like there's no solution you can offer. Or there is no solution. Sometimes the solution is they have to figure out stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, crash and burn, whatever it is, C and B, crash and burn.
Ooh. Okay, but how do you feel about, and I've been called out on this one before, where I will chase and chase and chase, and then once I get, damn, well.
You're bored. You're bored. With
Yeah, it's like I got the chase, I'm done. I'm okay. Next one.
it. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
just wait 3 days.
Next.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
time is a powerful thing. You got to use it to your advantage, because we all have it. It's all going to pass. You got to use it to your advantage. You know, so having time pass, you know, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it was yours. Okay?
Is that what we got out of that? I wasn't talking about time passing. I mean, time passes and I only have so much time. Maybe I need to get the hokey pokey done in the first date instead of the third. That way I can get more hokey pokeys on with the next ones.
Okay.
That kind of time.
There's so many ways. You're in control of your own time, and you got to learn how to manipulate your own time. You got to squeeze.
How
seconds
long
here.
do you think you're going to be on planet Earth for, bud? I can only squeeze so goddamn much out of this bitch. Can't singularity this motherfucker on my own.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to women, sometimes you got to give them some time. You got to be building your own self up all the other 3 days or whatever. I mean, there's a time and a place where, yeah, maybe, you know, like there's people like that I know that are married and then they're with their woman every day, 100% of the day, and now they're influenced by each other like so much, and that may be a good thing, but also could be a bad thing if they're not ready for it. Like, so yeah, you do want to find someone compatible with you for sure. You know, if you're gonna stay with them long term, whatever, on different levels, obviously, and that's something that you have to grow and build and you got to like actively be doing that. But I think what's also more important when it comes to like that type of situation is you need to always be working on yourself regardless of what that other person's doing. And hopefully they're doing the same thing though. See, that's the whole thing. If they're working on yourself, you're working on yourself.
Or you trap them and let them be your stay-at-home wife, and then you don't let them work, and then they can't leave you because you got all the money.
That happens to a lot of women.
And what happens if it's the other way around, huh? Yeah,
I'm okay being a stay-at-home husband.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a funny point, but like it's like that's probably not too often.
What do you mean not?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe 9 times out of 10.
Yo, I'm ready to be a stay-at-home dad. If there's any rich sugar mamas out there, I'll marry for money. Just let me see all the zeros.
It's convenient until it's not, though. Yeah.
And commas.
But it's like she has the money and you don't, though.
Oh.
Unless now it's your money. Like, it just depends on what the money gets. It depends on your values too.
Yep. Let me just burp, drink the beers, get nice and chunky. Just have like I don't know. What do we need? The six comma club?
Yeah, 6 comma club.
Yeah,
6 commas? Yeah. I have to do the math of that one. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're talking like $1 trillion.
Don't worry about it.
Dude, damn.
It might be more than $1 trillion. I'm not sure. It's up there.
Don't even worry. It'd be plenty.
Put $1 trillion in a coin. Remember, you guys heard about that shit? Like, it's called a bullion, right? A bullion?
Yeah.
It's like a coin. $1 trillion coin. What is that about? Like, what? How do you like? You just
yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
It's like,
that was a bad thing.
There you go. Like you just put a John Wick, just slap it on the table. Like, yeah, just give me a coffee, sir. This is $1 bajillion. What? I can't give you change. Keep the change.
A bajillion.
That's more so what countries do. It's like, haha, yeah, I owe you $1 trillion. Okay, here's a coin that counts for the trillion. That just shows you like money is kind of fake. It's more of an idea. But we still need it though. It's a pretty important up there like oxygen. You know, you kind of do need money.
It's a tool.
Otherwise, you might not breathe one day. You know, you kind of do need it. You know, and I feel sorry for the people that haven't learned how to get money, at least to the basal level, to where they're at least able to eat, sleep in a decent place. And like I bet this guy, he worked at a prison, and he says right now people go do a petty crime, they go steal something like a purse, something like they get 90 days in prison. They're out of the cold. They're eating 3 meals a day. They got a cot to sleep
those
on.
kind of petty crimes.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. Like I mean, they're playing the system, you know, and everyone else is paying for that. But it's like they're not necessarily criminals, but they're like they don't know how to like sustain themselves, you know, and for whatever reason, are they physically handicapped? Do they have a mental handicap? Do they are they doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing? You know, or they just didn't learn how to do it. Were they not raised right? I don't know. Like, there's so many variables, but I think that's like an education thing, meaning not necessarily school education, but it's something you have to experience and learn. That's when I say education, I mean experience education of learning something. You know, because you can read in a book how to do something and it might work, but you still have to be able to do it in real life. You know, because you want to eat every day and drink water and clean water. Like, some places don't even have clean water on Earth. You know, so they got to figure out that problem.
It's terrible.
Do we just dig for it? Do we dig for gold? Dig for water?
Dig for gold. Mm-hmm. You got to dig your own well. You learn to dig your own well, so you always have water for yourself. And that's in terms of success too. You know, like I encourage people to do business. You know, start your own business. Why not? You know, I know this guy in Michigan. He goes around. And he's been doing this since he was a kid, and he still does it. He's like 25 now, or maybe even he's around that age, right? And he's still doing it where like grandma's hitting him up because he's cleaning out the snow out of their driveway, and he's like the snow cleaner. Okay. He's getting $80-$100 just to go do this 30-minute job or an hour job or whatever, and they're still paying him after all these years just because he did it when he was like 10 years old, and he just like built it up, and like he still lives out there, so they all know him, and then like and then like he gets hooked up. Like some guy just gave him like a $2,000 or something snowblower thing. So now he has that to go work, and they gave it to him for free just because I've been doing this for years. I got this old one here, you can have it or whatever, and it's still like kind of new or whatever.
Nice.
But I'm saying like that's like just an idea of like a little business. You just go around and clean the people's snow. Yeah, it's seasonal, but he does other stuff in the other time. And I got a guy in my neighborhood. He's known for doing everything. It's like, oh, you want him to help frame a house, or do you want him to help build your car, whatever. Like,
well, you could
it's
like
they're
have
like super
100
handy
languages or have 100 100 different tricks to the trade to own. Everyone's got their own thing.
Yeah.
Or you can just be a master of one.
Yeah, you can be master of one and get paid a lot of money usually.
Or a master of none.
Yeah. You better have other skills though. You could be a specialist or non-specialist. But yeah, that's kind of unrelated to that. How do we tie all that together into?
I was just say, I think we know it's that time.
Yeah.
It is literally that time.
That red dot on your head.
Up.
Best way to summarize it.
Wait. Hold on.
Okay,
Oh, you
okay.
want to go first?
No,
today?
real quick.
No.
It's just watch Black Mirror on Netflix, and everything will just come together. Just rationalize the existence of technological advancements that will forever ruin the human race.
Well, so today we talked about
Very
difficult
pessimistic.
people, medical engineering.
I'm an Optimus Prime.
Medical engineering and metaphysics.
Whoa, dude.
Who would like to go first out of you?
You
two?
could do the metaphysics. The fuck?
Well,
Who would like to give Who would like to give the Jerry Springer final thoughts on difficult people, medical engineering that somehow ended up into metaphysics?
Oh, okay. So the best way I could see it is difficult people mixing with technology. I would say a lot of people are scared of change. A lot of people are just scared of just growth in general, because it always would just counter their way of wanting to do things. So you got to be careful, And the best way I see it is we are only getting smarter. We are building more. We have salt lithium batteries right now. Like, we literally took sea salt and made it into a battery. Okay, we literally took a rock and made it into a Wi-Fi. I'll always forever say this. We took a rock and we made that shit emit Wi-Fi. Can you believe that? You know how awesome humans are, bro? Like, we are in this, bro. We built this infrastructure of gears that are just coming together and working and creating this world of just like, whoa, bro, look at what we've made. Like, sometimes every time I come out of my house, I look out and I'm like, wow, some motherfucker made that. I appreciate that. Like, that's the thing, is like, we all have a purpose. It's like, we all have a purpose in this godforsaken planet. Like, come on, guys. Like, build, establish, make friends, collaborate. Collaboration is the destination, y'all. Come on. Because, like, man, anything can happen on this planet, man. Like, shit. A meteor hit and killed bajillions of dinosaurs. What's stopping from another meteor annihilating the planet? Like, a lot of things, guys. So, YOLO. You only live once. But, keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Because we got to leave some kind of imprint on this beautiful planet that we're trying to save, but we can't because of money.
All right. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, screw the money. You can't take it with me anyways. Spend it all while you're here.
Okay, I'm gonna say right off the bat, you only die once.
Wow!
You live every day. Okay. And I'm gonna say you want to stay learning. Learn, teach, and do is like the best formula. You learn something, you want to teach someone, then you get better at it. You become, proficient at it, and then you want to actually do it. And if the closer timeline you could do all those three things, the faster you're going to accelerate yourself. So I think just, you got to be good. You got to learn how to research. You got to learn how to read, or you got to like reading. You got to like learning. That way you're not going to fall behind in any category. If you're worried about, that robots are taking over. It's like, well, I already knew about that, and I'm gonna be with the right people to where I'm protected.
Hear that?
You know what I mean?
Hear that?
You want to be on the right side of that. You know what I mean?
Howard the Loot.
When I go outside and I see like all the like look at this background right here, like that's massive amounts of activity to build that kind of stuff.
I fucking love it.
Like, we didn't have that 100 years ago, 200 years ago. I mean, this is like something new, right? This is all the collective intelligence of all the time. But at the end of the day, it's like one person owns that, or some part of that. And it's like, so there's like trillions of dollars right there. So it's like, hey, there's abundance out there. Go get your piece of land. You know what I mean? Go get your piece of material. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but, you don't have to be crazy about it. Be ethical about what you're doing. You don't need to lie, cheat, steal, rob, and all that. You could do it ethically. And I think that's part of it, too. Having a good sense of character while you're going along this pathway. Like, if you're someone, like, I'm going to say religious. Some religious give, like, I'm going to give 10% of my tithe or whatever, 10% of the money I make. Well, if you can't give 10% of $100, you're not going to give 10% of $1 million. Right, so if that's something you like to do is donate to a charity, however you want to look at it. But if you want to donate to a charity, you got to start doing it now, as opposed to like, oh, now I got $1 million, and it's harder to give away 100 grand than it is to give away $10. You know what I mean? So you got to build that type of muscle. So in other words, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to see yourself, you need to practice it. You need to build that muscle or that idea muscle or whatever you're trying to do. You got to repetition, you got to build it, and you got to do it. It's just like your body. You want to get a bigger chest, you got to do push-ups. You know what I mean? You want a stronger body, you got to do things that are going to get you to that level. And that's the beauty of where we live right now, is that you have access to the information. Like, hey, I want XYZ, go type that in anywhere and you're going to get a bunch of answers, right? And it's like, okay, I would also say learn from someone that's done it, that has whatever you have. You're like, you know what? Like, the easiest answer is fitness, because it's like, oh, this guy or this lady has a great body. What do they do? Oh, they eat certain things. They have a certain behavior they do. They have certain actions they do. And it takes a certain portion of their life to attain that. Some people are going to take that sacrifice because, and I'm not saying it's a bad or good thing. I'm saying it's some type of sacrifice, because you're sacrificing time at the end of the day. You know, sacrificing time to get whatever you want, whether, oh, I want to get good at computer programming, well, it's going to take a certain amount of time to get that, right? I would say you want to be broad in a sense, but you might become a specialist, and like that's kind of like up to you. Like, some people know, like, they're 5 years old, like, I want to be a doctor when I grow up. I want to be a lawyer when I grow up. You know, and they actually do it. You know, that's a few and far between, but people do that. So I would say, you know, don't limit yourself. You know, think in terms of abundance. Like, hey, there's a lot out there that you can get and you can achieve, and you can have more than you got, because you become more than you are. And I think that's where it stems from. And I think I'm gonna close it off right here. That's my final thought today. Scott Warner out.
Vladdy Daddy out.
I mean, good buddies.
Oh, well, then I guess that's all up to me. Well, there you have it, folks. That's another journey with the good buddies. I have no idea how we were able to tie in difficult people and medical engineering. That definitely took some unexpected places.
Oh, it
some
did.
thoughts. I don't even know where to go with some of that.
I learned a lot today. Thank you to Scott. So that was cool. You know, metaphysics. Yo.
So, as a reminder, everybody, we love you. Keep it exciting. Keep it calm. Keep it cool. Until next week, same bat channel, same bat time, 8:30 p.m. Make sure you follow the Good Buddies, DTLV, Instagram, all of our YouTuber-roonies. And, yeah, sure, check out my Instagram, too, and all their Instagrams. And I'll see you next time. Until then, stay curious. Keep exploring the world. God bless each and every one of you. I love you. I'm out. Hatter out.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.